Hello, this is the Philippine New Land Trust, and you are watching Part 2, the PNLT Solution.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to our HomeSecure program series. In our last video, we covered the legal landscape and why your housing options as a foreigner are so limited in the Philippines. Now it's time to dive into the actual solution. Today, we're going to walk you through exactly how PNLT's HomeSecure program works, and I mean the nitty-gritty details. We'll cover the basic structure and why it works better than those risky informal arrangements, the financial side with our single payment lease model, what rights and responsibility you have as a HomeSecure lessee, and for those of you with SRRV visas, how you can actually get your government deposit back while securing your dream home. This is where everything comes together, so you'll really understand what HomeSecure can do for your retirement plans. Let's jump right in. The basic structure. Keep it simple. Alright, so let's start with the basics. The HomeSecure program is actually pretty straightforward when you break it down. You find the home you want, PNLT purchases it using your funds, and then we lease it back to you for the long term. That's it. This simple approach solves the whole foreign ownership problem while giving you security, legal protection, and the lifestyle you're after. Here's how it works step by step. First, you identify your dream home. Whether it's a cozy villa in the mountains, a beachfront property, or a family compound in the provinces, you find a property that matches your vision. Then, PNLT becomes the legal owner using the funds you provide. We purchase the property from the seller, which ensures the land remains Filipino-owned through our organization while giving you access to the home. Next, you receive a secure long-term lease. PNLT immediately leases the property back to you under a comprehensive lease agreement that gives you exclusive residential rights for up to 50 years. And finally, you enjoy and control your new home. While PNLT holds the legal title, you have many of the practical benefits of ownership. You can renovate, landscape, entertain your family and friends, and enjoy your home. Why this beats the alternatives? So, you might be thinking, how is this better than just making an informal arrangement with a Filipino landowner? Well, here's the thing. Unlike those informal arrangements, HomeSecure provides institutional stability and legal protection. First off, there's no dependence on individual relationships. Your housing security doesn't depend on maintaining good personal relationship with a Filipino landowner who might sell, die, or change their mind about the arrangement. We also provide professional legal structure rather than relying on handwritten agreements or verbal understandings. Your legal rights are detailed in binding contracts. Then there's institutional continuity. PNLT is organized to exist in perpetuity, ensuring your lease remains valid and enforceable throughout its entire term, regardless of personal changes or other organizational developments. And because we operate transparently with government agencies and maintain all required registration and compliance, your lease arrangement has official recognition rather than existing in a legal gray area. Our transparency commitment. Here's something that really sets us apart. Our commitment to complete transparency throughout the entire process. We believe that you're making such an important decision about your home, you should have all access to all information and legal counsel you need. Throughout the property acquisition phase, we keep you informed at every step. You'll know when we begin due diligence, when the title searches are complete, when purchase negotiations are finalized, and when legal documents are being prepared. Your personal attorney can review all documents, ask any questions about the legal structure, and receive detailed explanation about how the arrangement protects your interest. We encourage legal review and welcome questions from qualified counsel. And unlike some arrangements that rely on confidentiality or don't ask too many questions approaches, we operate with full transparency. You can understand exactly how your housing security is protected. Single payment lease model. Okay, let's talk money, because this is probably one of the most important parts of your financial planning. HomeSecure is designed around a single payment lease structure that provides simplicity, security, and predictability. So here's how it works. Instead of monthly rent payments for decades, you make one payment equal to the purchase price of the property. This payment covers your exclusive residential rights for the full lease term, up to 50 years. Once you made the initial payment, you have no additional lease obligations to PNLT. Your HomeSecure is secured for the duration of your lease without monthly rent concern. Now, while your lease is prepaid, you're still responsible for normal obligations like property taxes, utilities, insurance, and maintenance. The same cost you'd have with traditional ownership. Our fee structure. Let me break down our fees because we believe in being completely transparent about costs. We have a total engagement fee of 50,000 pesos, but it's collected into two installments. The first installment is 10,000 pesos, which gets paid when your application is approved and marks the beginning of your home search. The remaining 40,000 pesos is due when you make your selection about your specific home you want to secure. The entire process of engagement fee is non-refundable, regardless of whether you complete the transaction. Then there's our transaction fee, which depends on your lease term. For a 25-year lease, it's 10% of the property purchase price. And for a 50-year lease, it's 15% of the property purchase price. This covers all the legal due diligence, title verification, purchase transaction, management, and lease documentation preparation. For SRRV holders, we also offer integration service for 50,000 pesos to help with PRA documentation and deposit recovery, but that is optional. What you get versus what you pay for. So, what does your single payment actually cover? It covers property acquisition by PNLT, all the legal due diligence and title verification, lease documentation preparation and execution, and your residential rights for the full lease term. Your ongoing responsibilities are property taxes, though we can manage these through our escrow system for convenience. Homeowners insurance, any homeowner association dues, utilities and basic maintenance, and any desired renovations or improvements. And speaking of that escrow service, to simplify your ongoing property obligations, we can collect estimated property taxes and insurance costs quarterly or annually, rather than you having to manage multiple due dates. We ensure that property taxes are paid on time and insurance and homeowner association dues remain current, protecting both your interest and the property. What you can do. Alright, so let's be clear about what you can and cannot do with your HomeSecure property, because understanding this is essential for making an informed decision. First, your residential rights. You have exclusive residential use That means you have the sole right to live in the property. No one else can occupy or use the home without your permission. You can also have renovation and modification rights. You can renovate, remodel, or modify the property to suit your preferences, subject to obtaining proper permits and PNLT approval for major structural changes, but our approval focuses only on legal compliance, not on design preferences. You have complete control over landscaping and gardening. Plant whatever you want under the sun, create outdoor entertainment areas, develop hobby-loved gardens. It's all up to you. You can host guests, have family members visit or stay, and use the property for entertainment exactly as you would with owned property. And PNLT respects your right to privacy and quiet enjoyment. We don't conduct regular inspections or monitoring of your daily life. Your responsibilities and restrictions. Now, for the responsibilities and restrictions, because these are important, the property must be used exclusively as your private residence. Commercial activities, short-term rentals like Airbnb, or business operations are prohibited. You're responsible for maintaining the property in good condition, including routine upkeep, repairs, and ensuring the home doesn't fall into despair. You must comply with all local laws, regulations, and community standards. This includes respecting noise ordinances, waste disposal rules, and neighborhood customs. And with limited exceptions, you cannot sell, sublease, or transfer your lease rights. Transfers are generally limited to qualified Filipino spouses or heirs. Modification guidelines. When it comes to modifications, minor changes like cosmetic improvements, interior renovations, and minor modifications can proceed with standard building permits where required. For major renovations, structural changes, additions, or significant modifications, these requires PNLT approval, but only to ensure compliance with building codes and legal requirements. And here's something important. While you can't sell the property, you benefit from any improvements you make through enhanced enjoyment and potentially better terms if you ever transfer the lease to a Filipino spouse or heir. How SRRV holders benefit. Now, for those of you with SRRV visas, this section is going to be really exciting because there are some unique advantages through our partnership with the Philippine Retirement Authority. First up, there's the deposit recovery opportunity. SRRV holders who lease property through HomeSecure may be eligible to recover their SRRV deposit. We're talking about typically $1,500 to $50,000 by converting it to a real estate investment as permitted under PRA regulations. We also provide streamlined documentation. We handle the complex paperwork required to document your lease investment for PRA deposit recovery. And because PNLT operates transparently with government agencies, your lease arrangement carries official recognition that supports SRRV compliance. PRA partnership benefits. Our relationship with the PRA means several things for you. There's official recognition. Your HomeSecure lease is recognized as a legitimate investment, qualifying for deposit recovery under SRRV regulations. We provide a simplified process rather than you having to navigate PRA requirements independently. We provide guidance and documentation support to streamline the deposit recovery process. And our ongoing relationship with PRA informs how we structure HomeSecure leases to align with the requirements for SRRV holders. deposit recovery process. So how does this actually work? First, we do eligibility verification. We help determine if your specific SRRV situation qualifies for deposit recovery through real estate investment. Then there's documentation preparation. We prepare all required documentation showing your lease investment meets PRA criteria for deposit recovery. We provide PRA submission support. We assist with submitting your deposit recovery application and responding to any PRA questions or requirements. For timeline management, the process typically takes 3 to 6 months, and we keep you informed throughout and coordinate timing with your property acquisition. Now, here's an important note. Not all SRRV holders qualify for deposit recovery, and the process requires meeting specific PRA criteria. We'll help you understand whether this benefit applies to your situation during your initial consultation. Why this matters for retirement planning? Think about what recovering your SRRV deposit could mean for your retirement finances. Getting your deposit back frees up your $50,000 or the equivalent for other retirement needs or investments. The recovered funds can be used for home improvements, travel, or building your retirement reserves. Rather than having money tied up in a government deposit, you have it available for your actual retirement lifestyle. Okay, let's recap what we covered about the PNLT solution. HomeSecure works through a simple structure. You find your dream home, PNLT purchases it with your funds and leases it back to you for up to 50 years. This provides the institutional stability and legal protection that informal arrangements just can't match. Financially, it's a single payment lease model. One payment covers your entire lease term with no monthly rent concerns. Our fees are transparent. 50,000 peso engagement fee and 10% or 15% transaction fee plus optional SRRV services. As a HomeSecure lessee, you get exclusive residential use with renovation and modification rights. But the property must be used for personal residence only. You're responsible for maintenance, homeowner association dues, taxes, insurance, and utilities, just like traditional ownership. And for SRRV holders, there's this incredible opportunity to recover your government deposit while securing your dream home through our PRA partnership. We handle all the complex paperwork and government processes. So basically, HomeSecure solves the foreign ownership problem through a professional, legally compliant structure that gives you security, transparency, and the lifestyle you want. In our next video, we'll dive into the practical side, how to find your perfect home and navigate the Philippine property market. I'll see you in the next one.